Hello, risers, and welcome back to Phoenix Rising with me, Jimmy Phoenix. It's my pleasure to speak to you all again. So I'm just back with another short video. It will be a short one. Just talking a little bit about the band Kiss. And Kiss will be the first of the headliners for Download Festival next June. And that's why I'm going to be talking about them. I'm going to be doing a little video on each band that's announced. So this is the first of those that sequence of videos I'll be doing. It's just going to be a little bit about the band, 5 songs that I recommend you listen to, and then I'll be moving on to the next headliner, which will be Iron Maiden on the next video. There won't be very long videos, probably 5 to 10 minutes. And I hope you enjoy them. If you give them a watch, hopefully it's some information that you're not aware of. Maybe something new to you. Certainly there's some information that I didn't realise. It's not going to be really massive information. Just a bit about the band, really. Okay, so Kiss are a band that were formed in New York City, and they were formed in 1973. So they have been around for some time now, getting over 40 years now. So yeah, they're a band that have been around. Everybody knows them. Everybody knows the name Kiss. I'm pretty sure whichever walk of life that you're from, you'll know and recognise the name of the band and the imagery that they conjure in your mind. So of the original lineup, there's only 2 current members that remain, and those are Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley. Probably recognise those names if you move in the rock community circles. Certainly, I know I do. I don't claim to be the biggest rock fan in the world. It's in my heart, and I adore it. But there's some obsessive people out there who will know every little thing about every band, and I'm not one of those people. But even me, who's not someone who's overly familiar with the band, I know those names. So I'm sure if you know anything about rock, you probably recognise those names too. So Kiss, I know myself what's the first thing that comes to mind when I hear the name Kiss, and I'm sure it's probably the same for you guys. I think of those costumes, the makeup, and their logo. That's the things that come into my mind, and that's what they're known for, really. Those flamboyant costumes, wings, and Gene Simmons' hair catching on fire. The makeup. There was a period of the career where they didn't wear makeup, but for the most part, makeup, that face makeup is something that you associate with the band. And this is something that I only recently found out, not a bit before the announcement. I wasn't so aware that they are really well known for their live performances. There's one of the big things about Kiss is their live performances, and they put on a heck of a show. I was watching some videos actually a couple of months ago and saw a couple of live performances from Kiss, and they do put on a show. Talking pyrotechnics, stage effects, all that kind of thing going on. So that is something. That's one of the reasons why I said in the last video I was so excited about seeing them. And it's not because I'm a band that I'm overly familiar with, as I said before. It's because I've heard that they put on a heck of a show, and that's what I'll be looking forward to out of the headliners. They're one of the 2 that I haven't seen before, and although I know Maiden, I know what I'm going to get with them. I have seen them before. This is something that's a bit different for me, so I'm really looking forward to seeing them put on those shows, and to see if they live up to the hype, which I'm hoping that they do. So the band have sold more than 100 million albums worldwide. That is phenomenal. Makes them one of the biggest bands of all time. They won, I think it's a gold award for the gold records that they've earned. They are classed as one of the biggest bands out there. So yeah, when you're talking 100 million albums worldwide, that is absolutely phenomenal. And when we're talking about those albums there, it's worthwhile mentioning that 44 albums have been produced during the time that they've been together and released. 44 albums. That is a staggering amount of albums to be putting out into the public domain, and probably explains a lot as why how they have sold the vast amounts, why they are considered such a big band. If you're producing music at that rate and putting that out there, then you're going to build up that fan base, and they certainly have done that. So as well as Stanley and Simmons, who we mentioned before, the current members also include Eric Singer and Tommy Thayer. So that's probably the lineup that we'll be seeing at Download, unless there's any changes. However, I did see on a website that I was looking through that there is talk about Ace Frehley coming back into the band. He's one of the founding members. And there's talk about there being a reuniting of the original members of the band. Whether that happens or not, I don't know what the dynamics are, whether there's been fallings out or anything like that. Let's see if anything comes of that. But as far as I'm aware, that it is Stanley and Simmons and Singer and Thayer who are the current members of the band, and that's who we're likely to be seeing at Download. So yeah, former members that are no longer active. Most importantly to mention is the founding members. So yeah, Ace Frehley and Peter Criss are the founding members of the band. So they're the band as it started. There's been a number of changes over the years, as there are in most bands that have been around for a substantial amount of time. People coming and going and then coming back again, and yeah, it's the way it goes in a lot of bands that have got the kind of history that a band like Kiss has. So this event at Download is going to be part of what is being advertised as the End of the Road, the final ever tour. Now, I would normally say that, yeah, I've heard that before, and it probably is the case here. How many times do we hear that this is the final tour, or this is the end tour, and then they come back again? However, this is a really long tour. I think it's 3 years, or it's 3 years from now until when they're actually due to stop the tour. So maybe that does indicate that this might be the final chance that we do get to see Kiss, and that makes it even more of a reason for me to want to go to Download and see this, to see if it is going to be the final chance I ever get to do that. Like I say, they are one of the really big headlining acts that I've never had a chance to see. So, yeah, makes it all the more meaningful that we will be going to see them on this occasion. And just a fun fact, just to end it off, they have actually been in a Scooby-Doo movie. They have been in a film called Scooby-Doo and Kiss, Rock and Roll Mystery. So yeah, check that out. Probably a straight to DVD movie, I think. But yeah, check it out. There's a Scooby-Doo and Kiss film. So something for you to look at, maybe if you've got kids, or maybe if not, maybe just like Scooby-Doo. Something to look at and have a watch of. Speaking of listening to, though, which is what I nearly said then, I've got 5 tracks which, when I've been listening through, they're either tracks that are well known, so you might want to make sure that you're familiar with the well known tracks, or just to listen to them and go, oh yeah, that's Kiss. If you're not sure, I'm sure most of you are, aware of the songs anyway. Or there might be songs I think there's one on here that I've not heard of, but I just thought it was a good song. So these are the songs that I'm just going to give you my 5 Kiss songs to go and have a listen to, for whatever reason. So there's Crazy Crazy Nights, probably the one song that I think you probably associate with Kiss more than any other, in my opinion, is Crazy Crazy Nights. And then you've got that disco vibe Kiss song, I Was Made for Loving You. I listened to that the other day and not been able to get it out of my head. Don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing, but it's been in my head. I just I think I need to listen to it again to get it out of my head. But there we are, good or bad. I'm going to recommend you listen to it and get it stuck in your head. And then a song which just reminds me of my youth. It's not actually a Kiss song. It was actually originally by a band called Arden, but they covered it for the Bill and Ted movie, and that's why I know it. And probably a lot of people know it as a Kiss song, and that is God Gave Rock and Roll to You. It's an iconic rock song. Whichever, whether you see it as a Kiss song or one of the other bands that have released it, doesn't really matter. It's considered an iconic rock song, so worthwhile giving a listen to. If you're not sure of it, then you need to be listening to that if you have any interest in rock whatsoever. We've got Rock and Roll All Night, another big well-known song there. And then this song, I didn't know this song. Maybe this shows a little bit about me. If it is a big song and I haven't heard it, then I apologise. But it's called Psycho Circus. And I listened to that. I listened to quite a few of their songs. And I listened to this one. In particular, it made me look up the name of the song and listen to it a couple more times. Not a song I'd heard of, but I liked it a lot. And I just thought it would be a really good show opener. When you're listening to it, you know what I mean. Really good song to start off the evening with. So that's Psycho Circus. So those 5 songs: Crazy Crazy Nights, I Was Made for Loving You, God Gave Rock and Roll to You, Rock and Roll All Night, and Psycho Circus. So check them out, give them a listen. If you don't know anything about Kiss, I hope I've given you a little bit of information. Listen through some more of their stuff, especially if you're going to see them. Try and familiarise yourself with the music. But I'm really looking forward to seeing them. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I've been Jimmy Phoenix. This is Phoenix Rising, and you've been learning about Kiss.